especially because it's probably most for recording and such. Awesome. The one thing I didn't get to do was I was going to make them all do name tags for me, and I didn't get my blank papers before I came down.
Now you're gonna have to use memory.
I know, I kind of feel like I would like that. So we got, and I printed things in a different way. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very excited about it. I like this class. It's so fun. It is one of my, yes. It really is. It is the core of the business. Oh, I forgot the one thing there was a book I was going to bring down, but you guys probably all know about it. So I know we're kind of on, see, there's more people. That's why we need the name tags. But this is like your guide. I just want blank.
You want me to, is Katie up there?
It's okay. I usually have blank ones and I make you guys give me, but tell me names, because you've been in a class of mine before though. Yes.
I'm Carolyn Tyler.
Carolyn
I
Tyler.
am new, and I am learning. Excited.
Yay. I'm glad you're here. I'm Angie. It's nice to meet you. And you said Tyler?
Tyler.
Tyler. Carolyn. Okay. I'm glad you're here. Randy, right? Randy.
17 years, but I took a little break for a few years to travel.
That's awesome.
But here's a reserve.
Sometimes it's just like a reset that we need too, right? It's like a jump in, and the first year I took Ignite was great, but the second year I took Ignite was powerful because I was ready for it. And it's a whole different environment. If you can commit to the process and launch again, it's just this like, okay, I remember this is what we're supposed to be doing. Remind me your name. Holly, and you've been in one of my classes too?
Yes.
Yes.
Your finance classes. So I was the one who tested or emailed you.
Yes.
Too. Yeah.
Awesome.
So I do have a couple other questions for you about another time.
Is it on the debt reduction one? Oh, so fun. I love it. And then what was your name? Bailey. How do you spell your last name? Wable? Tell me now that I got Wable in. What was the first one? Bailey. Okay. Now we got to focus on Bailey. Awesome. Are you pretty new, or have you haven't been in any of my classes, right? So fun. Well, I'm so glad you guys are here. I also feel like I better start timers. These are shorter classes than they used to be because they're supposed to be really impactful and action oriented. So I am just so that I sometimes can get into story mode, which can be good. Come on in. But I don't want us to lose sight. How long do they have the class for you guys? Is it 60 minutes or is it 90?
Isn't it? It's 60.
It's supposed to be 60?
60 to 90.
All right, guys, then we're going to talk fast. Okay.
Because we had it on Monday and we went to 11.
Yeah, I think you should go as you
Yeah.
Okay. I have blocked it on my calendar for the morning, so I am good. I just also want to respect your guys' time and make sure we make good use. And this just helps me remember. So it will just be like, get back on track. Tell me your name. Omi? Oh, Omi, is that what you said?
Omi.
Dieter? How do you spell it? Dieter. Awesome. Well, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I don't have my name tag, so that's why we're going to work on names as well. I'm Angie. It's nice to meet you guys. I don't know if you guys know very much about me. I've been at KW since 2014. Randy's office used to be next to mine at the old building. And I actually really love to teach. I'm super passionate about it. I'm excited to be back. I've been real busy this year, so I haven't been teaching quite as much. And so I do feel like some of the power of these classes is learning the pieces, but the thing I loved was to be able to hear from top producers their voice, what they were doing. And I loved that everyone was so different, because you'll find and align with different people different ways. And so being able to find your voice in other people is really powerful. This may or may not work for you. And I just told my assistant that was helping me is if you like spreadsheets, this part is going to make you crazy, but somebody else who doesn't like spreadsheets will appreciate our activity on this form versus this form. So, Yes, I'm very excited about. And so there may be things that you take from the class today that feel like they fit with you, but if not, that's okay, because there's all these other classes with all these other teachers, and you will keep coming because you will find your person that you align with. You go, oh, I can emulate that. I can copy what they're doing. I can do that. That feels like me. So 36 Touch is the basis of our business. What do you guys know about 36 Touch?
That you reach out to your contacts 36 times, in a year, right?
Yes. Well,
Well,
36 times over a year. And you know, the thing that I said, dang it, I forgot it. It was my red book. It's the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. I don't know if you guys know it. It's the Bible. That's where I was like, I was supposed to have that for you guys. It's on my desk. It is my Bible. And the cool thing is the Millionaire Real Estate Agent, it actually is going to just teach you how to make money if you're willing to. It has all of the systems in it. This is where this came from. And so just to give you a little background on me, before real estate, I worked at Village Inn. I ran a restaurant, loved it. I was the training GM there. And I never thought I would ever get my real estate license. To be honest, it wasn't in the cards. It's just not something I was interested in. And my husband and I, we bought and sold a few properties. And he was always like, commission is so expensive, Angie. Will you just please go get your real estate license? Save us some money, right? I work 60 hours a week. You go get your real estate license. I don't have time and energy for that. And he works as a power lineman for the city. Well, finally, one day he showed up and he had signed up for real estate school at little brokerage. And, you know, when you went in person, you guys might not know that because y'all do it online now, but he'd signed up for real estate school. And all of a sudden I was a little like, well, dang it, if you're going to sign up for school, maybe I'll just go with you. So back then it was $500, and it was like, we went to real estate school together. Some people go to dance class or pottery classes. This is what we did for date night. We went, if you know who the person is, wore a gold jacket, and they taught us about real estate. And I was pretty naive. I thought I'd learn how to save money on our taxes. I have no idea why that's what I thought I would learn. But we got all the way through the classes, and he took his license, and he was at that brokerage, and we were trying to buy investment properties. And we couldn't get any of our offers accepted because we couldn't get any help. At the end of the day, you'd walk down the hall and you'd be like, hey, can you help? And people would like literally look at you and turn and walk away. Like, you guys don't know how cool KW is. I just can't even explain it. It is so cool. So after like probably 2 or 3 offers we were trying to work on, he had to take time off work to go to the new agent state training class, you know, like the ethics and new agent course. So he took time off work and he went, and it's at UCAR with all of the agents. And of course, all of the great agents that are Ignite are over at UCAR. And he happens to sit next to Melissa Downs. I don't know if you guys know Melissa. She's here at the brokerage. Melissa changed our life because she was like, he called me at lunch and he's like, Angie, these agents, they're happy. They're nice. They talk to each other and they're making money. I think we should go talk to their brokerage. Okay, sounds great. Well, I just plan to do local store marketing to them. So I pack up all my pies on a Friday afternoon, not realizing that no real estate agents work on Friday afternoon. But we drop off pies and we come and we meet with their team leader. And at the time, it was kind of cool because they, you guys might not know Johnny now. He's yeah. So he was the team leader back then. But in that meeting, what we learned about is that KW was voted #2 in training companies across industries worldwide. Like, huh? Do you know who won that year? Jiffy Lube, of all people. But, you know, I trained for a living. That's what I did. I trained all the managers for the restaurants as they went out to the other stores. And what I knew is I could teach anyone to pour coffee and flip eggs. I couldn't teach you to be honest, hustle, have integrity, like get to work and do it. I was like, huh, well, if they're going to teach me, I might be able to do this. And I'd taken the classes, but I hadn't taken my tests. And it was just like so crazy. When we went to dinner that night after meeting with Johnny, and I was like, I think I'm supposed to leave the restaurant. I'd been there for 15 years. And it was as clear as day, like, I think you're supposed to do this. So I went to work the next day, sent my notice in, and you don't quit restaurants. They will kill you. So, but I sent and made sure it went clear up the chain to the president of the company. So I was like, nope, follow my true north. God told me to do this. And so you can't argue with God, right? Like, fine, she's doing this crazy thing. So I'm super grateful. That was in June of 2024. I started Ignite July 1st. So I took my vacation time to be able to make it to Ignite, which is Rise today. This is the equivalent of Rise. Super great opportunity, and I love it. So it was also probably one of the hardest years of my life that followed that. So, and this is why this conversation to me is important, and to part of why I teach, is if you guys are new or starting again, I recommend right now you pull out your phone and you go to your calendar, and I want you to figure out what 90 days from today is. And this is a very important piece, and this is, we have to get all of this to get to this, and this, you just have to put up with this, because this is part of why I feel like it's important we teach. So 90 days from today, and you're just going to mark on there day 90. And the reason I bring this up is that because I remember my day 90 pretty clear. It was the last October, or the last Tuesday in October. So just barely past it, last Tuesday in October of 2014. And, I told you I'd started in July. I'd had a little bit of success. I was able to get a listing. I'd closed a couple of properties. We were working a lot. I was used to working a lot at the restaurant. So I stepped into real estate and still worked 40, 50, 60 hours a week most times, learning, going to classes, doing open houses, studying the MLS, all the things, right? So we're working and we're working and working and working and working, we're trying. And I remember I had just made a huge mistake on a contract. And I just had been working and working. And this agent, she definitely let me know that was on the other side. And I felt so stupid. I just thought, I don't know if I'm ever going to make money in this business. Because even though we had some things come together, it just was like, we are working our guts out. And I just don't think I'm smart enough. I don't think I can make this work. This is just not for me. What was I thinking? Why did I quit my job? It's like, I wonder if my boss would give me my job back. So I pick my daughter up from school. I get home, I go upstairs, crawl in bed. I just remember laying there with the covers over my head, and I'm just like, seriously, why did I do this? And God, why did you let me do this? You're the one that told me this is what I'm supposed to do. And I just don't think I can do it. I don't think this is hard. This business is hard. And I just am. And I left high school. I graduated from an adult high school. So I went to work right away out of high school. I did not attend college. We'll say that. And I was just like, I just don't think I can do this. This just might not be for me. And God doesn't let you sit in your mess very long. I was probably there 5 minutes, and it was like, clear as day. Will you just quit feeling so dang sorry for yourself? Just get up and go to work. Just get up and go to work. Okay, fine. I would go to work. And I get downstairs and just started calling people, like all the people. They tell you to call people, right? Like, I don't know who to call. Go to your Facebook page. Start calling the people that are on your page. Call your friends, call your neighbors. Just check in on people. Just start calling people. What's crazy is I say this on day 90 because I literally was going to quit on that day. What happens is when you go to work and you just do the work, no one I called that day needed anything. But the phone started to come back. A few minutes into it, I got a call. Andreas called me and said, oh my gosh, Angie, the smokehouse is getting a new roof. And I showed this guy every stinky property in Utah County because he was an investor. And I'd shown him this house probably a month prior. He's like, the smokehouse is getting a new roof. Let's go put an offer on it. Oh, okay, I can do that. A few minutes after that, the lady I screwed up the contract on, I'd sold something for her, and she's like, I saw a condo on KSL. Can we go look at it? Okay, we can go. Literally, like probably an hour after that, a lender that I'd sent all my leads to called me and said, hey, I have a buyer that's standing in front of a house. They're ready to make an offer. Will you help them? By the end of that week, we've had 5 new under contract. And the reason day 90 matters is because you're going to work and 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 you're not going to see anything for 90 days. And this business has huge fallout. People stop coming back because it's freaking hard and you feel stupid and you're like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. But you have to keep coming back because it's at day 90. It's at those moments when you're like, F this, I don't want to do it, that you will then begin to see the results. So day 90 matters. So when you are crying on the stairs on day 90, you can come knock on my door, but I need you to hear my voice in your head that says, just get up and go call people, because that will solve your problem. Sunday, I was doing some catch up. I don't typically work on Sunday, but I've gotten really behind on my lead follow-up. And literally I'm messaging and following up with people. Whole bunch of people didn't respond. Randomly, the person who I didn't message that had 7 unresponded text messages, as I'm messaging everybody else, says, hey, can we go look at this house? It is never the people you call. I swear to God, it's the craziest thing. So just believe the universe will take care of you. God will take care of you, whatever that looks like. But it's just like, just go to work. And it's so crazy that it's the craziest thing. Okay. Now you know why I had to set a timer. We get off topic. But day 90 is super important. Keep going. And you'll see that all the time in the business. When you have a lull and you don't have any business, it's going to take you 90 days. So set the right expectation for yourself that you're going to work really, really, really hard and you won't see the result for 90 days. You won't see anything happen. And that's why people give up on this business. I'll just drink a gallon of water. You guys make me nervous.
We are the most assuming.
Okay. Last time I did this, I really gave a lot of examples, but the thing that we lost was my goal is for you guys to be able to implement your 36 touch. And we got off track. I wanted to talk about the Red Book. The cool thing is that Red Book is the Bible. Now, that first year was kind of tricky. In 2014, that first 12 months out of the restaurant and at KW, I made within $10 of what I made at the restaurant. I must have had some financial thermostat that knew my husband would kill me if I didn't. And back then, I thought it was really good money because, again, I had left high school. And so for me, I was making, I think, $56,000 a year, which was good money. I was like, I'm so grateful. And I was grateful for that job. And so I made within about $10 of that. Now in 2015, a little bit better. I think we were more like at 110. 2016, we made more like 250,000. 2017 was more like 350,000. So far this year, our small team, I've got me and one other producing agent. We're at about 760,000 in gross commission income that's come in. So such a huge blessing. The bulk of my business, 36 touch. So, and all that came from the Millionaire Real Estate Agent. This is written. They give you the book. Just read it. If you guys aren't reading it, get yourself a book club. I was super blessed. They had a book club here when I first started that first year, and I engaged in it, and it totally changed the way we built our business. You can't just show up and hope that you're going to make a bunch of money. You got to work your tail off, and you follow the systems and models they have. But they tell you, and I will tell you all these secrets, and then people just don't do it. That's why you can share all your secrets. People just won't do it. 1 out of 10 will. Okay, so that's my goal. That's why I woke up with these blank sheets. Okay, now what you guys know is inside that book, what happens is it talks about this 36 touch. This 36 touches, it basically says that if you systematically touch your database 36 times in a year, you will get 2 closed contracts for every 12 people in your database. They know the numbers. I've checked them. It's real. It's a very real piece. You could do it more simply than that. Now, do you guys know what your goal is in your database? How many you should have in your database that you want? 200. So back in the day when I was going through Ignite, It was 200. You wanted to have 200 people in your database, and then you want to systematically touch them 36 times in a year so that you can close 2 transactions for every 12 people. We can do the math. We don't have time for it. Basically, in today's salary or today's commissions, that's probably going to equal about 200 to 250,000 in GCI. Back when I started, it was more like 100,000. Commission and prices are crazy anymore. It's so crazy. Like, I always do math off of 10,000 of commission, but that's a $300,000 condo.
Yeah.
I know, you only have to sell 6, but you cannot make your plan off 6. You have to sell more because you'll never make it. I promise. Just sell more. Okay, so the challenge that you're going to have is, let's say today you have 200 people. Well, back then they had 411. 411? No. 10-4. That's what that was called. All these KW lingos, right? But you would call 10 people a day, add 10 people to your database, do 10 handwritten notes, and then see 10 homes a week. And if you got done with that at the end of the month, you'll have had 200 people in the database. You would have called 200 people. You would have sent 200 handwritten notes. So the system behind that is really valuable. Sometimes we just drop 200 people into our database. Sometimes it sounds like a lot. If you can only do 3 a day, do 3 a day. Whatever you do, be consistent, because that's what's going to matter. Now, the other challenge that you have is, let's say you dump 200 people in your database today, you're not going to see that same result of having 2 closed transactions for every 12 people in the database because you have not yet systematically touched them. Okay. You will next year. That's where this like launch will happen. So you're going to have to put the work in here to get the result a year from now. That is also why you have to fill in the pieces with open houses and things like that. And honestly, the people I meet at open houses, especially when I was new, became my biggest referral people because they already knew, liked, and trusted me as an agent, and my brother did not. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Now, when people are new, they're like, I'm not going to talk to anyone I know about real estate because I'm new and I don't want to talk to them yet. I'm going to wait till I get really good and then I'm going to talk to the people I know. It's crap. Don't do it. Start talking to them right now, because if you don't do it, you're going to put yourself behind at least a year. So you got to start everybody you know, and you got to meet new people. That makes sense. So you have to feed that database. All that stuff's in your millionaire real estate agent. Now, we do want to go, oh my gosh, 36 touch. I have this whole plan together before I start. Can't do that either, because you'll never start. You have to start right now. You only need 1 touch. You only need to know what's the first thing I need to do. And 36 seems like so much. So this is where I got my little guy that I woke up with, you guys. I've not taught this class this way, but we're going to do it this way. Now, I just want to split. This is not dark enough. This came from my office and it matches today. I just started to go, what you're going to learn about me is when I teach, I want to teach on a napkin or a whiteboard, because if it's easy enough to learn the concept there, you're more likely to implement it. It's not hard. So we teach our debt reduction. We teach investing in real estate, all that. I want to teach it this way. It does make some people crazy because we cowboy math stuff, but I think it speaks to my average Joe, and they're my client. They're my people. I want to build wealth for the average Joe. Okay, so if I just split it into 4 boxes, because like it doesn't have to be that hard. If there was only one thing you could do on your 36 touch and you didn't do anything else, does anyone want to guess what it is? It's free. Call them. And Angie's always going to tell you to call them. I get that the kids, I get the kids don't want to call, and I get that people don't answer, but it's okay. They don't have to answer. Still call them. Okay. I promise. And it's okay. You cannot. That also means you might not make money. So you choose. I don't really care. This is like your business. So you decide. But the thing is that we go, oh, well, I guess I could do this. And then we don't get the same result and we wonder why. Well, it's because you didn't do the same thing. It's just like if somebody was training for a marathon and they decided, well, I really like to run, but I don't really like to do the calisthenics. I don't really like to do the weight training. So I'm actually only going to do this portion of it. And then they get to that day and it sucked. Well, they didn't do everything to have the success at that. They picked and chose what was going to work for them. So just be careful and get really comfortable being uncomfortable. And you're going to call them and they're not going to answer. They're at a stoplight, they're working. It's okay. They still love you. They will call you when they need you. I promise. Especially if you're calling about the right things. If you're calling them to sell them a house, it's not going to work. Oh, we're going to get into juju for a second. So the energy in which you do something is going to be more important than what you do right now. They are going to know and they're going to feel it. So before you call them, you have to get your mind and your heart right before you call them. If you are calling them because you need them to buy a house, they're going to know and they're not going to answer. If you are calling them because you love them and you want to do something, help them, invest in them, care about them, even ask them for support because you love them and they love you, they will feel that. And that's an important part of this is if you are doing something because you checked it off your list, they are also going to know that. So there's my 2 cents. Okay. So if you do nothing more, quarterly calls are huge. Okay. So we're just going to go this is, and you guys can leave stuff if you want. You decide in a minute, but I think we go 4 calls, your 4 quarterly calls. If you do nothing else and call people, you can have success in this business and it costs you nothing. Okay, you're going to see the problem is when I hand out what we do, you're going to be like, oh, shiz, I can't do that. Because I've been in the business 12 years and you cannot compare your first year in real estate to our last year. Okay, so I started with this last time and I didn't like it because people got wound up in this. Don't. Keep it super simple. Call your people. Okay, then you're probably going to do, let's say 12 emails. Emails are pretty low. And what happens is we go, oh, I got to get my newsletter out. I don't have time to call people. See what happens? So be careful. This is number 1, and it's super easy. Next is you're just going to do 12 emails. All of a sudden, we're at 16 touches. We're halfway there. Now, for me,
This is a quarter, right? These are each a.
they're just,
It doesn't matter.
it's just what I woke up to. This is my first time, so you guys. No worries. I just split it up so it wasn't so intense because 36 sounds like a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 4 calls, that's a year, not a quarter, right?
Oh, you're right. Yes.
It's 4
Quarterly calls. So 4
Four-
calls a year.
Oh, 4 calls a year. Okay.
Yeah, just once every 3 months, once a quarter.
Oh,
So when I say quarterly calls,
Oh.
sorry.
I see what you're saying. Okay.
So if you took your 200 people,
Yeah.
you take your 200 people and you divided it by 12 weeks, that gives you 18. Does that sound right? Per week to call, which gives you, let's say 5 a day for your first 3 days or 3 or 4 a day. Like you can get through 200 people by doing 2 or 3 calls a day, and you'll have called your entire database 4 times in a year. Okay,
So you're
yep.
saying 4 calls for your whole database.
Yes.
Okay.
So these are, sorry, you
Okay.
guys,
No, you're good. You're
you're-
good. We're just.
I'm so glad you're like, slow it down, Nancy. Your cowboy math is too cowboy. Knock it off.
Calls
Okay.
of your full database.
Yep, you're gonna call them 4 times. Oh,
Okay.
good. You guys are helping me grow 4 times a year. 4 calls. That didn't make sense. How do I write this? Let me think through that.
Or quarterly.
Calls 4 times per year. So this gets us 4 touches. So calls are your
Okay.
core, they're your base. And if you have it set up, you can actually just, I know there's different ways they have, Cameron will have, it's called B2,
D2D, DTD2, okay.
so you cut, for me, I just had a spreadsheet and I went 1, 2, 3, like that was done. And I just went right down my list.
Wrote that in like the first week, we thought A and W. They've done some kind of research that it all evened out.
It should kind of help with what it looks like. My A's, I always have more A's in my database because I touch them more because I maybe don't make it to the end. The other thing is that he says it helps remove call reluctance because you might look at it and go, oh, maybe no. So it kind of just mixes that up a little bit. So you're not just going right down your list. I am just,
You can
what,
Google that, get that.
and it, yeah. And it does set it up. And for a while I tried to work it that way. And what I learned even at the restaurant is use whatever system will work for you. Like on detail cleaning, managers would spend all this time making these beautiful charts and they'd be laminated and color coordinated and no one would use them. And I might write it out on a napkin and stick it on the thing. And if it gets used every single day, that's what matters. So whatever system you're going to do, wherever you're going to house that, just go, how can I call? But realizing it's not that much. Sometimes we think it's so many. So that's why I want to break it down that if you had 200 people, you could probably call 3 a day and hit every single one of them. And if you knew tomorrow who your people were, you could call them on your way to the office. You could call them in between picking up kids from school. You could call them wherever it is so that you're just making those calls consistently.
You keep your database on Google Sheet or like a.
I'm in Command, but I do export it to a spreadsheet because it's just easier for me to operate.
Okay.
I am a
You put it in
spreadsheet girl.
Places, do you put it in Command?
So we put it in Command and then you can export it into an Excel spreadsheet.
Okay.
So everybody goes into Command. Every person that I want to stay in touch with is going to go into Command. I actually have a huge database of agents in Command because we do a lot of agent to agent marketing for our new construction. So we use Command a ton. I have the smart plans are set up to where if I have leads come in from Facebook, they automatically go through the smart plan. That just has come with time, but I like Command. It's free.
Yeah.
I am super frugal. I want to spend money on real estate. I want to buy stuff. I don't want to spend money on programs. So we've always just done what is free, and I like spreadsheets.
Yep.
It's just my gal that helps me, bless her, because she helps me also keep Command up now. But your calls, just 4 calls a year. Sometimes, so I actually like these calls to just be care calls.
I'm
Okay.
just calling to check up.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about you. How's the kids? How's the family? You guys have you heard the Ford script, FORD? So this is just really good to help you. I actually have to have this out on my desk because I am not very good at small talk. Ford stands for how you walk through a conversation with your people. How is the family? How is work? Are you guys doing anything fun? R stands for recreation. And dreams or plans. Do you guys have any plans this next year? What's on your radar? Hey, how's the family? How's the kids? How's John's new job? You guys have anything fun you're doing? You guys, or how was Disneyland? I saw you guys were, whatever that looks like. So, and you just walk your way through that. That's really, and you know what? This is really challenging for me and so good. I'm super awkward. If you sit next to me on the bus or church or PTA, like some people would think I'm super like sociable. I'm just not. So I actually have to be standing there at the volleyball game and be like, so how's the family? What do you do for work? That's awesome. You guys have anything fun you're doing right now? Do you guys boat? What do you do? That's cool. What are you doing next? Like it really is because I'm not very good at this. So this is a really solid platform. And then they just feel like you really care about them. They think you're the nicest person ever because you're just talking to them about what they have going on. How many kids do you have? What other sports are you guys at? Like you just work your way right through. So this is a really good one for care calls. 12 emails. You can set this up in Command if you want. That's just a neighborhood. I think they're called neighborhood nurtures. So if someone's in command and their address is there, you can just go ahead and put them on a neighborhood nurture. It will automatically, I think it's once a month, send them what's happening in their area. I don't think those get opened a whole lot. They're low touches, so don't spend a ton of time. But if you're not going to do anything, do that. It takes probably less than a minute to set them up on it. Now, you can also do other fun emails if you want to build emails and send them. It always takes a lot of energy. That's not something I'm good at. But I'm friends with a lot of real estate agents. They all send me their stuff and I just copy it and send it out. So,
What are some of the?
so we typically on our email that we send, we will just have our, something that might be happening, our events will go in there. So that's what we're getting to next is our events. So events or any classes we're teaching, any of our active listings or any good deals on the market. And then we'll just put community activity. So I follow Utah Valley Events, I think is what it's called. You can go to that website, super easy. So we're doing our email this week. I pulled 4 races for Thanksgiving and I pulled 4 lights on ceremonies and they'll go into our thing. We'll put some data in there, like just the market report that UCAR does, or I might pull just a small stat because I am trying to hit different people's personalities in there. So we are not going to get into the disc profiles, but you might have, we're going to need to, but I do try to hit I try to get a graph in there because that's going to align with somebody who might be spreadsheet oriented. I try to put something fun in there for those party people. I try to put real estate in there because that's really what we're doing is we're selling real estate, right? So just trying to hit all of those. And I try not to make it super long. We will have a couple bullet points in there for those drivers. So you can do your emails, keep them simple. They're also in command. They have smart plans in command. You can get on Kimber Walton, Walton. I don't know how you spell it. Kimber. Hang on, I'll have to. Walton, yes. Yes.
Yeah.
She has smart plans already set up. You can actually take her market update once a month.
Yeah.
And it's already lined up. You can put it into your command and it can go out to your database. She's pretty cool that she does it, but it has local stats on it.
Yeah, next week, actually.
Oh, she's great. Get into her classes. I'm actually going to reference a couple of her things. So that's email. Email's easy. Now between these two, how many touches do we already have? 16. We're halfway there. Okay. Now the next core group of what we do or what I recommend, you guys do what you want to do, but I like to do events and classes. So I typically would say 2 events and 2 classes a year. This is just us. You might do 4 events. The reason these are good is you're going to get multiple touches. These are just care calls, right? These events, and you may talk about real estate. By the time you get here, it is likely they're going to say, so how's that new thing you're doing? They may or may not. You figure out if you want to ask them for referrals. I'm not going to tell you. You have to. Okay, 2 events. The reason we like these is because you are going to text or call them. You could talk about it here. You're going to text. You're going to have a reminder text. Oh, Angie's handwriting is bad here. Reminder text. And then you're going to see them at the event. And then you're going to do a follow-up. Either they came and you were happy they came, or you're like, hey, I missed you. You just got 4 more touches out of 1 event. So, and events could look like the pumpkin patch. I know that's what they just did here at the brokerage. They could be just a barbecue. They could be all sorts of stuff. They do one in July, June here called Keller Splash. It's just at 7 Peaks. That's a fun one. For us, I base most of my business off of events. And we do a lot of mini events even. So reminder text, and then you'll see them at the event.
C at event. It's just a C, but yeah.
I am actually, see, you're going to get examples. I did have stuff. You guys, maybe that way. I'm gonna go down to and show you. I did not get these moved around. See, this is cowboy. The rest of you guys are gonna appreciate. There was actually a class involved here. I'm going. We're gonna find events. We're almost there. That's just at the end, and I'm a believer in events. So we've done all sorts of stuff from like a dream board event. I'll do that again this year. And we just reserve the space here and invite everybody to come and do dream boards. I have cardstock and magazines. You can do movies. I think they're expensive. I'm not a movie person. Oh, and I actually have copies of all this for you guys too. I didn't want you to be looking at them while we were talking. Well, I wanted you guys to, you can still look if you want, but I wanted you guys to have samples of what we do. I was cheap. Remember I said I was frugal? I was going, if I have to pay for printed copies, you get 9 to the page there. Picnics, barbecues, Red Day, Keller Splash, Jakers. Those are all things we've done. I just want something that if I'm going to call or text, that I'm providing for them. So we actually do Parade of Homes ticket discount. It doesn't cost us. We give them it costs us very little. So we send out a text to the database that says, hey, Parade of Homes is coming. I don't know if I have that text. No. Parade of Homes is coming. We get discount tickets. Would you like any? And it's $4 off. Well, we get $4 off automatically if they want them. Oh, there we go. See, oh my God. So we can send that text out. It goes in our email.